Hello everyone, this is Wilhelmina, and I'm here to share a little bit about our current situation in the world. There's a lot of mass hysteria happening, a lot of fear, and a lot of turmoil, and a lot of pain, a lot of suffering. And this is something that is all in line with what needs to happen to help us shift to the next level of consciousness. And it's something that's maybe not easy to understand with the mind. So I invite you all to go within your heart and feel what needs to be done next. We are all in the process of restructuring our ways of acting, reacting, and living. As you can see, the coronavirus more or less forces people to stay at home, eat at home, and more or less focus on locally produced food and activations. It more or less forces you back to primitive living, and I think personally that's a good thing. We are in the process of shifting our perception, shifting our awareness from a 3D dimension to a 5D dimension. I call the old paradigm and a new paradigm. And within the old structure, we have been living for so long, allowing our ego, our mind to control our actions. And we're shifting to an equilibrium where heart is being advised by ego instead of the other way around. So what's happening next? Well, where this will lead to has to do with our choices. And that's why I'm talking to you as well. Make the right choice. Allow yourself to step back. Take a step back. Gather yourself. Be at home with family, friends. Enjoy your time with them. Eat. Make food. And be very aware of your actions. Be very conscious about your choices. We have made choices in the past and right now based upon insecurity, lack of confidence, and a feeling of incompleteness inside of ourselves. And from that comes fear and fearful choices. People that we have gathered around us, things that we have gathered around us, all based upon fear or incompleteness have been more or less creating boundaries or self-restriction to truly delve deep inside of you to feel what's right for you. Okay, with that I mean a lot of people feel incomplete, don't love themselves enough, and they gather people around them that admire them, that think they're awesome, that think that they're the world, because that helps them fill that gap inside of themselves. They need other people to acknowledge, love them, because they don't acknowledge and love themselves in the way they need to. Can you recognize that? Well, if you do, I'm asking you, are you ready to allow yourself to live from truth, your truth? And are you truthful enough to allow yourself to be truthful? A question I ask many, many times to people that I work with. Are you truthful enough to allow yourself to be truthful? Give that a moment to sink in. And they'll say, yeah, of course I am. Be mindful about who is talking. Is it your mind or is it your heart? So, all right. There's so much that can be talked about this, and I'm not going to do it right now. Um, Monday, tomorrow, Monday the 16th, I will have two donation-based gatherings, one at 11 a.m. Central Time and one at 7 p.m. Central Time. And you can join in by sending a donation, no matter how high or low, it doesn't matter. But whenever you send a donation, you will receive the information how to log in into the Zoom meeting. And I will share more about our current situation on this planet. And I will be guided by my guidance, higher self, and the angelic realm. And personal messages will be given to you as well, to everybody present, by the angelic realm. And much more. I have no clue what yet, because that's how I function. I function according to the structure, that is no structure, of the new paradigm. Topics will be given, impulses will be given, information will be given. I'm clairaudient and clairvoyant, so I will see, feel, or hear whatever needs to be done, and I'm present. That's how I also facilitate my classes. I have a topic and I step into a 2-hour class without preparation, because what needs to be shared will be given in the moment. Okay. Same thing with the gatherings for tomorrow on Monday, and in the future there will be far more virtual gatherings, far more guided meditation in a virtual gathering as well. Because it's important for you all to understand how you can shift your frequency from a lower one to a higher. Because when we are living according to our core truth, we live in a higher frequency. And within the high frequency, we are far more healthier, and we are far more aware of what truly needs to be done next in that moment. Living in the moment, we have heard that from many, many people. And I hope you have the understanding of that. Living in the moment, allowing yourself to be within that trust and love and joy for self, and doing what you do best. Okay. Anyways, more about this tomorrow. I just want to give you a little introduction, and I want to advise you to truly allow yourself the time in silence to listen to what your heart is saying. Because we all have our own answers. We don't need anybody. We have it all here inside of us. But we have to be truthful enough to allow ourselves to be truthful, so we can connect to our core, so that we can embrace ourselves, so that we can become more self-aware. And so we can rediscover, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of light, but rediscover your truth. That's the book that I wrote in 2011. And rediscovering your truth, that's something that's very eminent right now. Very important to understand that whatever truth that we feel we honor and follow, we may have to rethink that. We may want to think about, okay, why am I at this spot? Why do I believe this? Why am I at this place? Why have I allowed myself to be here? To be with these people, to be with this work, to be within this structure that is you. There's no need to fear the unknown, because within the unknowing is the knowing, lies the knowing. I always say, within the big nothing, there is the big everything. Okay? We all have our own answers, and it's not from the mind, it's truly from the heart. So start connecting and start preparing yourself, so you can truly work and operate from that source that has all the answers. Until we meet again, much love. Thanks for listening.